4, 5, 6. So, now that we've been in Santiago for about a couple months, our furnishings have arrived and we are just about ready to open our home to friends and HGTV and want to invite you in and see where we're living and learn a little bit more about the Martinez family here in Santiago. Come on. As you can see, one of the selling points of this apartment was the grand vista. The light was one of the things that I really wanted mostly in an apartment. It took us a while to find that perfect place with the wonderful views of the mountains in the Andes.
What's that, Dad?
I did. Woo! But at the same token, one of the frustrating pieces of living downtown is, of course, you've got the downtown noise. We're getting accustomed to it bit by bit.
Okay.
New addition to our family are our canaries. The first thing that came into the apartment was George's birthday present to himself, the pool table. So much of the design of the house was centered around the pool table. Annie and George are great pool players. And into the TV room, we have our sofa and our rugs set up for George's hobby spot. It's a great place to relax in the evening. I can read my books, the boys can play on the pool table. Going down the hall.
Yes, Dad.
Going down the hall. Catching up, going down the hall.
Catching up, going down the hall. If you look right outside the window, one of the selling points, well, actually the real selling point of this place was the fact that the building right across the street is where George works. He now has a 5-minute commute when the lights don't work right, and it's a walking commute at that. The best thing about that is that Andy now has developed a sense of community so that he can walk by himself across the 5 little streets, the main street, all by himself. Independence and life in this community. And I think that's what makes this our situation here unique. Is that we have a young man with an intellectual disability who is making it in his community. And that was the utmost criteria for our home here. So let's move on. Oh, one of the things I'm not used to, one is the mat as I tripped over it, is having the maid's quarters. That's been a benefit as well.
It's a good storage room.
Or a storage room.
Come on, Dad.
And my son is a great saver of electricity. We have a powder room here. The French doors. This used to be 2 separate apartments, and what they've done is expanded it into one full flat.
One cool thing about these apartments here we didn't have in the suburbs is we get direct access from the elevator. So it's you come right out and it pops out, and here you're home. We also have our own personal fire department. Since the 16th floor is all the apartment, I actually have my own fireman's hose. So I thought that's pretty cool. Not something you usually find in the suburbs in Clifton.
A boy and his toys, what can I tell you?
Yeah. Whoop.
Now we go into the private quarters. And we have my study. Now that I've completed my doctorate, I'm going to be working on a journal article. This is where I'm doing my continued research, and part of the community building is developing more inclusive communities, and I've been working with a group of about 5 foundations on helping Chile develop a greater infrastructure for their individuals with intellectual disabilities too. And it looks like he's ready to go off to work. He's got his work pouch ready to go, and he's got his badge on. See you later, guy. And your wallet? Are you set?
Yep.
Okay, great. This is Andy's room. This is the second room. That would be for our daughter next door. Right now it's the bodega, the other
storage
bodega,
area.
storage area. We have another bathroom, full bath. And then here's our bedroom.
Wow. Look at
Yeah,
that.
the master bedroom here is a
Wow.
little bit outrageous. It's really huge. So we brought
Definite selling point on this apartment.
Yeah, we brought in. It's also in the back, quieter part of the house, so we don't get the street noise back here. There are patios 270 degrees around the apartment, which is nice.
That's me.
And the three sides of the house at 270 degrees are all these floor-to-ceiling
You have.
glass doors, which makes a nice light and airy.
With a patio extension outside of the windows.
Now Santiago is it gets into the 80s and mid 80s to low 90s in the summer, but it's a very dry heat. But people here usually don't have air conditioning, so it's important to have a house where you've got this flow-through ventilation. There is a
And
nice
that's been
breeze
a
here.
blessing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We have our bathroom,
Oh.
nice jacuzzi tub, a shower. Another selling point for my adventurous husband who
Alright.
likes to go downhill bike riding. So then when he needs to wash off his bike, he uses our shower.
Well, in the suburbs, you had things like outside hoses, and here you're 16 floors up, so it's a lot easier just to simply run the bike into the shower since it's big enough and kind of scrub it off. Well,
Some of George's other activities to keep him young is kite sailing or kite surfing, sailing,
Sipping.
swimming, diving.
fishing, hunting.
And Santiago, Chile is a wonderful place for all of those activities.
Yeah, great place to bike. Okay.